Hey YouTube, Dark Magician of Team Sorcerers here, and welcome back to another episode of What If Wednesday. And I thought I'd try and alternate between Yu-Gi-Oh! Ones and Robot Wars ones if I can. So yeah, this one I just thought of earlier, and this is a redo of one that Matt and Alison Welch requested a while ago when I originally did this series. At least I'm pretty sure it was them who asked me this, and that is, what if I only had one deck, just one, and just never ever owned multiples? Well, for one thing, there wouldn't be much variety, and I would have to basically not get bored of it. And I would just simply change decks. So, obviously, I'd start off with my random deck, of course, then stop playing that and run Exodia, and then stop playing that and run Dark Paladin, and then eventually change over to Dark Magician, and just not build anything else. I mean, even though I'd have Chris's, as in my brother's deck, his random deck, and Blue Eyes deck on the side, I probably wouldn't play them. I mean, they'd be stored away somewhere. And variants of Dark Magician are what I'd stick with, as well. It's me. And yeah, I'd never get tempted to make all those other decks. Bring back Exodia. Elemental Heroes would never be made, and neither would Rainbow Neos. Although maybe after Dark Paladin I'd change over to Warriors, which would run one Dark Magician in it, plus a Jinzo and a Vampire Lord. But then eventually I'd go back to playing Dark Magician, and then I wouldn't play my Warrior deck ever again. So in the long run, my machine deck wouldn't be made either, and my progress throughout the Watford tournaments and the Trotters tournaments would still be about the same. Maybe I would still modify it and play in that one-off traditional format tournament, but that's it really. And when I play in those smaller tournaments where you'd win a pack with every round, both at London MCM 2006 and the one time Trotters did it, again, Dark Magician would be all I'd work with. And who knows how many attempts it would take to get as far as I can, and maybe even ultimately win one of those things. Yeah, I did win a few of them at the MC. Wait, what did I say it was? MCM. So London Comic Con. Yeah, I'd still win a few of those, but that's it really. But yeah, although it would have been tempting to make Elemental Heroes, that wouldn't have been made, and neither would Destiny Heroes or Neospacians. And again, this would be all I'd run in the Pharaoh's Elite tournaments when I'd start running them, and of course I'd never enter with all the other decks I played in the Pharaoh's Elite tournaments over the years, because they'd never been made. Elemental Heroes, Warriors, Machines, Exodia, Blue Eyes White Dragon, Red Eyes Black Dragon, Stardust Assault Mode, Spellcaster Lockdown. What else have I played? Fish Vampires. Um, hmm. Rainbow Neos. Yeah, Rainbow Neos would never get made, as tempting as it would be, which I guess at the time was just as well, because Rainbow Dragon and Rainbow Neos itself, plus Prisma, was expensive and difficult to get at the time. Um, but I would, of course, keep changing incarnations of Dark Magician. A Prismagician would still be made, and then there'd be that annoying alternation between that Dark Eradicator Warlock, Dark Magic Swarm, Dark Magic Spell Counter, Dark Magic Lockdown, and Dark Magician Knight. And then the whole shitstorms with Dark Magic Sworn would still happen. And then eventually I would go back to playing Prismagician. And then, of course, there would still be that period where I would then change it into a generic spellcaster deck, still running Dark Magician, and then ultimately switch back to Prismagician. And then, of course, Legendary Hero would still be made as well, because then I'd be like, I've been wanting to play Rainbow Neos and Elemental Heroes for a while now, and this would be a good excuse to. So, yeah, that would still be made and be around for a while to come. So, yeah, I get the best of both worlds when it comes to Dark Magician and Elemental Heroes. Even when I would still go on and play Dark Magician Hero, which I would still play on and off. So yeah, there wouldn't be any reason to have like all three signature decks. But then, of course, I would eventually go back to playing pure Dark Magician, especially after Stratos would get banned, which I'd still be annoyed about. How annoyed, I don't know, considering I don't have my Elemental Hero deck in this timeline. But I feel like after struggling quite a lot, I'd probably consider just actually going back to playing Dark Magician Hero or even Legendary Hero. Even when Master Rule 3 came about. But this probably wouldn't last long, because once the support from Dark Illusion and the Dark Side of Dimensions movie pack came out, I'd then want to stop playing Legendary Hero or Dark Magician Hero again, and then play the deck pure. So yeah, and then from that point on, Dark Magician would again be all I'd play, and just keep improving it and upgrading it with the support that came up after. Because the only issue is there wouldn't be much variety of matchups that I'd be recording for my YouTube channel or Team Sorcerers. It would be Dark Magician against certain people's different decks. George's, Express Gaming's, Gamer Central's, and ultimately Emma's. But I feel like what I do more of is ask friends and Emma if I can borrow their decks for certain games, and just play something different, have more variety, whether it's just playing in general or recording stuff for the channel. But I don't know if I'd only stick with one deck when it comes to online games. I think if maybe I'd give other decks a go, like whether it's on Dueling Network, Dueling Book, Dev Pro, Waijo Pro, or Edo Pro. The other great thing about having one deck is that I would save a lot of money. There'd be no need to buy cards for other decks. I'd still get cards for collections, of course, but other than that, I would save a lot of money, and my finances would be better than it is at the moment. And yeah, that basically sums up what would happen if I stuck with just one Yu-Gi-Oh deck to play. Well, at least in real life anyway. That's another thing. I wouldn't get into speed duels as well, and I'd never make any character decks or past format decks. Just have Dark Magician, and that's it, really. Anyway, that sums it up. So thanks for watching, and stay safe, and I'll see you later.